Huh? You want to be on my video? Is that why you keep sitting on my feet? You're tired, sweetie. You're warm. You've been outside. Hi there, this is Stephanie, and I'm Stacks on Stacks on Stacks. Today I am doing the big book tag. So basically you need to list the 5 biggest books that you have read and then list the 2 biggest books on your TBR. Now I have read a fair amount of large books. I've actually read most of the Outlander series, and those are all very large books, so we're gonna have a few from that series. But the largest book that I have actually ever read is Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell. Now this is the actual copy that I had in high school, and middle school was the first time I read it. This is 1,037 pages long. It doesn't really read that long, I don't think. Some of the talk is a little old, but at the same time, like, I find it insanely interesting as a historical fiction book. The characters are interesting. Scarlett is this like character that you hate, but then you kind of like her at the end, and you kind of feel sorry for her, honestly, at the end. It is a book that takes place during the Civil War in Georgia, and basically it's from the viewpoint of a girl who is Southern and how the Civil War impacted the South, specifically her family and her livelihood. It is definitely a book worth reading, in my opinion. Coming in second, I have a tie. I have A Breath of Snow and Ash and The Fiery Cross. Both of these are by Diana Gabaldon. They are part of the Outlander series, and they're both 979 pages long. They are big books. They weren't as quick as the first 3 books, in my opinion, in the series. This one is the 4th book, and this one is the 5th book, and they definitely had some slower bits. The first 3 went by pretty quickly, and these 2 had some slow bits and some stuff that I was a little less interested in, but I love the historical aspect of this. It is true historical fiction, and she kind of takes us not all over the globe, but we don't spend all 8 books in the same place, so it's pretty great. Coming in 4th place is Drums of Autumn, which is the 4th book in the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon. This one has 904 pages. Now this isn't the exact copy that I read, so I'm not 100% sure. I tried to find out how many pages the copy that I read had, and I couldn't figure out which one it was. So we're just gonna go with the one I own, and it's 904 pages. And my 5th and final book is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix by J.K. Rowling. Now again, this is not the copy that I read. This was just the copy that I chose to own because I thought it was so pretty. But the copy that I read was 870 pages. This one is just shy of 800, but like I said, it's not the one that I've read. If you haven't heard of Harry Potter, you've been living farther under than any rock that I've ever heard of, because it's a sensational series that's been out for a very long time. So I'm not even going to describe what it is. But it's great, and if you haven't read it, you should. And now I have my 2 books that are off of my huge TBR pile that I haven't read. And coming in at number 2 would be 11/22/63 by Stephen King. Now, this is a historical, very much fiction book that he wrote about a guy who wants to time travel back to the time of JFK and stop the assassination from happening. That's all I really know about it. I know that there's a Netflix series on it that I kind of want to watch, but I kind of want to read this one first. But I love history stuff, so I think that this would be a great book for me to read. It is 823 pages of story, and then Stephen King has a bit of a letter afterwards, so it takes it to 849. I wouldn't count the letter, but I'd still probably read it. And the biggest book on my TBR is Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This one is coming in at 1,001 pages. It's a massive honking book. There is a sequel to this that is about as big as this one, and there's supposed to be 10 books in the series. The 3rd one's not even out yet, so I kind of joke with my husband, tell him I'll start the series when the 6th one comes out, since they're so big. But they're supposed to be really good. I've actually heard nothing negative about it, except that it's a big book, and I don't count that as a negative, so I will probably pick these up sooner than later, probably before the 6th one comes out. But it's supposed to be an incredible book, not just incredibly big, but an incredible book with an incredible magic system and an incredible world, which I'm super interested in. Those would be the big books that I have read with the big book tag. Please feel free to comment down below with the biggest book that you have read as well. I would like you to like if you like this, and click subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and also click the little bell if you want to actually receive a notification every time I put up a video. Thank you guys for watching. I post videos on Tuesdays and Fridays, and I look forward to seeing you then. Goodbye.